But there were others who had the courage to say, bump that. And one of those people at the forefront was Kyrie Irving. I bring his name up because I had my issues with him from a leadership standpoint, never as a player, because he's sensational. But with him, in terms of leadership, and I didn't look at it as being courageous. I looked at it as being selfish. And I watched Dr. Fauci on Capitol Hill yesterday. And the person I thought about most was Kyrie Irving because of the heat that he was taking. And our folks were piling on because that was just the latest transgression in their eyes that he was committing and subjecting the public to. He refused the vaccine. New York City's mandate made him ineligible for home games. And he linked his stance to people losing jobs over vaccine mandates. A lot of people spoke out against these folks. I spoke out against Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a phenomenal basketball player. He's also a good brother who's conscientious and never intended to hurt anybody. Just exercised his God-given rights as a man and as an American citizen to do something differently than the public was pressuring him to do. I wasn't alone. There were many, many people who took that position, but they were wrong, and I was wrong. He deserved better, especially from me. In my opinion, particularly hindsight-wise, it didn't make him stubborn or selfish. It made him brave for his willingness to stand up and say, nah, I'm not doing that. It's just a time for reflection and look at things differently. And with Kyrie Irving, that should certainly be the case. I'm just sorry. It wasn't intentional. It was what I believed. Sometimes it's not about intent. It's about the impact of one's actions. And when I think back to how I felt about how selfish I thought his inaction was when it came to the pandemic and the vaccines and the boosters and all of that stuff, and then you learn more about the harm that it has done to the human body, and you're reading about Fauci in the diary and how he had chest pains and they thought it was some form of cancer, and then it was some pulmonary infarction. Ultimately, you recognize the fact that these vaccines have harmed some people. It ain't for everybody. And you think about how we were told it's for everybody. And one of the few people that stood up publicly and was like, nah, it was Kyrie Irving. That's our fault. It turns out that no matter what the truth is behind all of this, Kyrie Irving did nobody wrong. We did him wrong. I did him wrong. And for that, I'm sincerely sorry. I just feel compelled to do it today. And that's to issue an apology. There's several people that we all owe apologies to, and I'll put myself at the front of the list, but none more so than the apology that I owe to Kyrie Irving. The reality is that Kyrie Irving, no matter what we think, may have been more right than we have given him credit for, and unquestionably was more vilified than he deserved. And ladies and gentlemen, it starts with me. Keep telling y'all before on many, many occasions, I'm a man. If I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. But when it comes to Kyrie Irving, I can't apologize strongly enough. 1.2 million American lives were lost. Worldwide, more than 7 million deaths were officially reported. The World Health Organization estimates approximately 14.9 million excess deaths in the year 2020 and 2021 alone. We saw vaccine mandates and booster mandates and, distancing stipulations and mask mandates and all of this other stuff. And along the way, there were a select few individuals in the world of sports, especially, that stood up and said, nah, I'm not down for this. And it was people like me who were critical of them. In my case, it wasn't about the vaccine itself. It was about the fact that from a societal perspective, if we all got to deal with it, we all got to deal with it. And I looked at a willingness for one to sacrifice themselves for the betterment of the team, even though you thought something would be unhealthy for you, potentially. And I felt like it was worth the risk. I didn't want to take the vaccine, but I took it. Millions of other people didn't want to take the vaccine, but we took it. Why? Because there was a mandate that was handed down. And if we weren't willing to meet that mandate, our jobs, our livelihoods, if not compromised in a very significant way, would be completely stripped from us.